Welcome to Write That Down, a Probetus podcast. I'm your host, Matt Fisher. To my left, as always, Mr. Phil Irwin.
Thank you. Next week, I'm going to move to your right, and you won't even know what to do.
He'll call me Phil.
Yeah.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to just,
You
lose all sense of direction.
You will absolutely.
Oh, no. He's to my
Nope.
right.
Let's try it, Chrissy.
No, go ahead. Let's try
And
it.
he will be it'll be a great episode
We're
because
gonna
the
do it.
viewers and listeners can just laugh.
At your expense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's not going to happen because I'm going to be... To my right is Phil. Hey, and across from me is Mr. Mark Jensen. Surprised as usual. And to my right is Mrs. Chrissy Lund.
Hello.
Hello. For those of you who are watching us live, we are on Wednesday now. We are usually Thursday live, and we're on Wednesday live now. So for those of you who aren't watching us live, you can hit that little bell at the bottom and be notified when our episodes come on live. So I'd love to check in with you all today. And here's an interesting one. And I would like to find out if this is something that is real or if it's just something that I saw on the internet, because maybe not everything on the internet is real. And it is something that has happened to me and happens to me. So I want to see if it is something that has happened to any of you. So who should I start with? I'm going to start with Mark this time, really just to get after
Mark
it.
didn't do his homework.
Because he didn't. He probably did this time, though. So I'm going to say, Mark, everyone, now this is an internet statement. So everyone on planet Earth has recurring bad dreams or nightmares. Share yours.
Let's see. Sometimes mine recurring is like, I need this one class to finish to get my college degree. And my degree was in public relations. And I show up. It's the only test for the score. And I show up, look at the test. And it's all math problems.
Okay.
And I never took a math test. And I
Interesting.
tell the professor, I'm like, I think I have the wrong test. And they're like, oh, no, this is the one. But I'm like, no, there's math problems on here. And I'm in public relations. Nope, it's the right test. And then, yeah, you wake up and...
Yeah, so it's that college, that college need to take the test to pass it, okay?
But you want to know, I had a scary dream one time that reoccurred. And I said...
Okay, it wasn't a reoccurring dream, but it was a scary dream that happened more than once.
I dreamt it twice. Once for sure.
Okay.
But I dreamt that I was at somebody's funeral. And people were... obviously sad going up and viewing the body, and I was just like in the balcony or something and not realizing, and everybody's like, yeah, gosh, that person was a nice person, blah, 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 went up. And I thought, well, maybe I should go view the body. And you know what? It was me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man.
It was an image
That's
that looked like
crazy.
myself. And literally, I sat up in bed, and I was like sweating and could not fall back to sleep.
And that happened more than once to you?
For sure once, and I'm trying to think if it happened the second time.
Well, okay.
But
Well,
it was just like, everybody's talking, and I just thought, oh, they had this person, and I went up, and I'm like,
Did you Google what that means?
no, it probably meant that I was dying.
No, because it means dreams have different meanings.
We've already talked about this. If you
Have we?
Google it, WebMD, you have your cancer.
is there
No,
That-
shush.
every time.
is there a WebMD for dreams?
Yeah. So you would Google, you would go to the dreams website and
No,
you would
no,
type
you're being
in,
serious now.
Yeah.
Like this is a real thing.
Yes, and you would type in my own funeral, and it would tell you your rebirth or something, like you're journeying into a new part of your life.
It
or
does not
Death.
sound like
No,
you're
what?
journeying anywhere good.
Death down the dark hole.
Dreams never have literal meaning.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, what, you just said there was a website that talked about it.
Absolutely. I
But-
said literal. They don't have literal meaning.
Oh.
So if you're dreaming that you're at your own funeral, odds are it's symbolism for moving to a new phase of your life, not
Death.
dying. No.
You're making that up right now.
No, I'm not-
You've
I am not making that up.
No, I believe that the website's real, but you're saying that
well,
that's
my
what
that's my best guess.
Yes, you haven't gone to dreamwebsite.com and
I may have once or twice in my lifetime, like weddings. Like if you dream of a wedding, that usually means death. And if you dream of a birth, I think that usually means wedding, or I don't know. It's really
They
messed
just
up.
trade positions.
Yeah.
all right. So Mark, we're gonna go with the college one as your recurring dream.
Yep.
Not able to get your PR degree, but also possibly dreamt about your own death twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
But
good.
it was kind of fun. One thing is
Oh.
that just saw the different people who showed up.
Yeah. Was I there? How long ago was the dream?
Oh, maybe a couple years ago.
Was it right before you got your new job?
Or actually, no. It was probably no, because I was at the other place, and
you were
shout
getting
out,
a new job.
Shout out to my manager at that time, Heather Werner.
Oh,
I think I told her about it, and we're like, wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
so you should probably go to that.
Yeah, and I now remember some more of it. And you
Oh.
know what the worst thing was? They were getting ready to read the obituary. I
Yeah.
remember now. And you know what? Nobody knew anything about me.
So
Because
it
I had
was a
like no
blank
nieces
sheet of
and nephews.
paper?
And that's
That
what I
sounds
think
some
the panic
deep-rooted
where it was
fears.
one of those things where you're like, oh my gosh, because I have no children, I have no nieces or nephews, and I was like the last one in my family, and I thought, oh my gosh.
That's your dream world telling you to put yourself out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that went real
that
deep.
got a little heavy.
Oh no.
I don't remember anymore now.
Oh, okay. How about you, Phil? Do you have a recurring dream or nightmare?
I couldn't think of any recurring dreams, but I had one super recently I could share. Just a standard dream.
Standard sounds kind of boring.
All right, move on to Chrissy.
No, I'm kind of interested to find out what your standard
Yeah,
dream
what is a standard
No,
dream for
Matt,
Phil?
you
Like a
defeat
one-time,
Phil.
a one-time dream as opposed to a recurring one.
Oh, okay. So standard is like,
Well-
it had to have been vivid.
No, this might still qualify. So it was a dream. I woke up several times and it would pick up right where it left off.
Okay.
Which is
Oh.
frustrating because you can't get free of it. But have you guys seen Star Wars? The Emperor Palpatine. He's like
Oh, who knows?
shriveled up old man wearing a black cloak, essentially. And so in those movies, he's like slow and foreboding, and he just electrocutes you with his like lightning fingers. So he's not some fast, agile dude. Anyway, my dream, there's Palpatine looking all freaky, and the dude is like lightning fast.
So he's
chasing
not
me
just,
around.
Not just he doesn't just shoot lightning. He's
No,
also fast
he's
as lightning.
like super swift, sprinter running speed, like fast zombie style. And I remember even in my dream, I was like, holy cow, the guy's like right up on me. So I'm like running away from him. And typically if I'm having a nightmare, I sit there and I like chatter my teeth. It really freaks my wife out because I'll be like laying next to her in bed chomping. And so I sound like a zombie.
and,
anyway.
and I will say, naturally, she's just thinking you're dreaming about brisket.
Right?
Yeah. She's like, oh, great. Another.
He's thinking about eating again.
But anyway, so, I woke up. It's like, oh, geez, crazy. Go back to sleep. And there he is again, chasing me around some more.
And was he just as fast when you woke up?
Yeah. Just
Wow.
like as soon as I went back to sleep, it's like, haha, here I am again, chasing me around. It was super uncomfortable. I didn't like it. It didn't resolve. It just eventually I got up for the day and went on with my life. But yeah, at breakfast, Susanna's like, do you have bad dreams again? I'm like, yeah, I did.
Phil's gonna have it's gonna come back tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. But I mean,
chase him
I
around.
want to go to
Chomp,
I want to go to Chrissy unofficially before we go to Chrissy
Oh.
officially. So what does that dream mean that Phil had?
Let's see. Being chased, I think, means something like you're searching for something, or I don't know. Someone's gonna have
Kind
to
of like
Google
you're
that
searching
for
for an answer to his dream right now.
me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the meaning,
All right.
but I know that if you look up being chased, that there's supposedly a meaning.
Okay.
To all of our listeners out there, Madam Chrissy will be appearing at one of the local liquor establishments
Call now
on
for your
Friday,
free
and she'll be
reading.
able to read your palm and tell your future. Just walk in and
I don't
go,
think I can. I don't
to
think I
Madam
can.
Chrissy.
I like how she's like, I don't think I can.
I could try though.
It's possible, but I don't think I
Anything's
can.
possible if you put your mind to it.
She can't tell the future, but she knows a lot about unicorns.
Yes. So Chrissy, tell us, is there a recurring dream that you have?
I'm not going to say there's an actual recurring dream, but there's a recurring theme.
Okay.
And I think once I say this, everyone will probably agree. Having to go to the bathroom. So you have the dream where you have to, like in the dream, you're seeking the bathroom, the
Yeah,
restroom.
yeah.
And for me, it's because my body has to go to the bathroom in real life, but my mind is like, no, no, no. And so like you go into the bathroom and there's 100 stalls, and every stall you open, there's a problem. And you can't use any of the toilets. And then I had one dream once where I found the bathroom and I found the toilet, but it was like a cone. So every time I sat on it, it would tilt. like a tilt-a-whirl, so I
Your
couldn't use that bathroom either.
Okay.
So to all our listeners out there, Madam Chrissy, she endorses Depends.
Yes.
Please wear Depends at night if you dream about going to the bathroom.
So then,
if you have incontinence,
you'll have these dreams, and you'll be like searching for this bathroom or whatnot, and then finally something will wake you up, and you'll be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom."
You woke up because you wet your sheets.
It's like a Weeble Wobble toilet. I'm just imagining.
I'll never forget
That's
that
awesome.
one. Or there's no doors and the people are watching
Yeah.
you.
Mark, have you ever had those dreams where you got to find a bathroom?
No.
Oh, I do
Phil?
a lot.
Oh yeah, I had the one where I had to go to the bathroom, and so I went, and then I was doing it in real life. That's when the dream realm and the literal realm intersected. It wasn't recently, but
Yeah.
it was recent enough to be embarrassing.
So why not tell the world?
You didn't have to say it. I mean, like nobody's.
No,
like,
it was probably in high school.
It's
yeah.
a real
All right.
thing.
I know I've had those dreams too, and it's like I just gotta go to the bathroom, but it's not working. Then you wake up and you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the
But
bathroom.
like all the crazy things that your mind does to find the bathroom, but your mind is smart enough to make it inaccessible in some way.
Right, because your brain wants to.
Because
Keep
your
dreaming.
brain's like, don't pee the bed.
Right. So, Chrissy, have you had the dream about going or missing a test in class, not
don't
getting
know.
your degree, that sort of thing?
I did have a dream once about I had to go to school and I had a schedule, and I remember there was a math class, and I looked at my schedule and I was like, I have not been to that math class all year, and then I had to
I've had that one.
find
Yeah.
said math class in
And you
this
had to go to the
school.
bathroom probably too.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've had almost that identical dream where
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my gosh, like I really haven't gone to class all year.
Yeah.
Like when's the final? And you spend your whole dream trying to like pull off the magic
Yeah.
final test.
Or
and-
like for me, it's looking at the schedule and not knowing where I'm going or how to find these classes on the schedule.
Isn't that weird? Because I've had all those same
Yeah.
dreams too. So all four of us have had that recurring college dream where it's like either you've missed the class all year, or you're like Mark said, you get to the class and the test isn't what you thought it was, or even the part about not knowing where your classes are, but
Can't
there's a
find
list
it.
of classes. And
one that my wife has regularly is just being late for fill in the blank. So some sort of deadline looming. You're doing everything you can to like hurry up, but everything bad keeps happening. It's just like, oh geez, like I can't find my shoes. Oh, the car's out of gas. Like everything you attempt is like a failure in some sort. And
FYI, not being able to find your shoes has a meaning.
how
Because
many
I, ha-
times
okay.
have
because
you
I
looked this
had
up?
a
There we
dream.
go again,
Because
Madam
I had a
Chris.
dream
she's
once that I
giving it
couldn't
away
find
for
my
free
shoes.
too. Like,
Google it. Look it up.
no,
It
I'm
has a
saying
name.
like you're supposed to save this hot topics for your. What'd you call her, Madam Chrissy?
Yeah.
All right.
For my side
Maybe
gig.
this is like the
But
warm
what does
up.
the shoe? What do the shoes mean again?
Well, if you can't find your shoes, it means that you're searching for something.
Yeah,
or-
the shoe.
The shoes.
No, I don't know.
Oh, there they are.
It's been a very long time since I've been on that website.
All this bathroom talk made me think, did you hear the latest news? What happened to that Delta flight?
No. Do I want to?
Somebody got diarrhea and went in the plane all over, and they had to turn the plane around and land because it was biohazard.
Did that really happen?
Yep.
Oh,
It was on the news.
That's
Oh.
disgusting.
Just to let you know. So
That's why I
next
don't
time you
watch the
fly,
news.
What
see,
type
that's a
of news
legit
do you watch?
biohazard.
it was all over, like on
It was
NBC
all
and all
over.
the news stations.
Oh, I see what you did there, Mark. All over. But that legitimately happened.
Yeah. Google it.
Newfound respect for the Delta cleaning crews.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
next time you fly and you're sitting in that seat, you never know. Somebody might have a, oops,
Might
I
have-
crapped my pants.
Oops, I crapped my airplane.
I'm gonna have
All-
that dream tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, all over the airplane, like.
How
Well, I
does that
suppose maybe they're
happen?
running to the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe they.
Isn't that why we
went
wear
in there.
pants?
Well, have you ever had diarrhea that bad? Don't bend your knees for crying out loud. You'll lose all support.
No, that's a commercial for
Have you ever seen the waddle?
Yeah. So,
Don't bend your knees.
Oh no, don't.
I feel like we have a hot opportunity to have
Hot, steamy.
Brought to you by
nighttime incontinence for pee in your pants and possibly diarrhea underpants.
Did you see that the new diapers, I forget what brand is making them, have a blowout a blowout
Yes, I
band.
did see that, and I'm
And
like,
I was like,
where have
where
you
were
been?
those?
I know.
I could have used those on my children a few times.
Up the back, down the legs. Blowouts are a real thing when it
Yeah.
comes to that. And apparently with adults too
Yeah, on airplanes.
Well, you come in the world having somebody wipe behind it. Good chance you're going to leave the world that way. So,
Amen to that. Well, with that wonderful conversation, I thank you all. I've got a quote to read today. We're getting to the end. We've only got 2 after this week, and then we are done. Then the podcast is over, and we've gone through the book, and we've filled the world with enough, I'd say, intelligence
and poop.
and poop. We've
And
definitely
poop
done
talk.
that, and poop talk, and dream talk, and everything else to be able to just say we're done. But this one's a good one. Okay. When someone offers you a pin with the Presidential Seal of the University of North Dakota, you take it. Phil, why in the world would I have said that?
So Matt and Chrissy were working on the
Most likely.
Yeah. So you guys were working on a project, the official UND seal, lapel pin, and so the order was completed, and Matt had a pin, and he said, "Hey, would you like this?" And I said, "No."
Is that what happened?
Yeah. I was like, "No, I'm good."
Well, no
'cause-
wonder I said that quote. That was why would
Yeah,
you
but if
say
it
no?
just came from Matt, it's not like
So-
anyone important
Either
gave it to
way,
you.
So
it's
I-
still an important.
I've never met the current president in person, but when I worked at UND, I worked in a couple of previous presidents. But anyway, I had all sorts of UND, I guess, related lapel pins. So in my practical brain, I'm like, am I going to use the presidential seal pin? So I'm like, no, I'm good. And Matt, he got frustrated, and
Rightly so.
he went, "Phil," and he said it like that. And he's like, when somebody offers you the pin with the presidential seal, the University of North Dakota, you take it. And I went, okay. And it is on my desk right now.
Oh boy.
So you did end up with it.
Yeah,
You
I
should
have
put it
it.
in the pin book.
Yeah, I suppose. You probably already have one in there.
I might.
But I mean, seriously, you said no.
I said no.
I don't even remember.
I can see
that.
his point because, like, if we kept one of everything we produced, do you know how much stuff we would have?
Yeah, but it's the seal of the president of the University of North Dakota.
I would keep it.
Thank you, Mark. Obviously, we got Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here, not taking the pin of said president of the. It doesn't
I have
matter
the
with the
pin.
president.
But it
I mean,
didn't
it's-
come from the president.
But it did.
But it didn't because you gave it to him.
So when we get over,
It's like secondhand goods.
yeah, I get that, but like, so we get these sample hats or sample mugs or whatever, and they'll have like a brand on it. Like I got a Tesla hat the other day in one of my sample packs. I'm like, well, that's cool. It's a Tesla hat.
Some stuff is cool.
I didn't get it from Tesla, but it's still like representing Tesla.
Do you wear the Grubhub hat?
It's DoorDash, and no, I don't.
We've gotten a couple samples.
I know. I'm gonna
Different
give that to.
I
my
remember
brother.
one of the random samples we got. So Milwaukee tools. Remember back to our tool conversation?
Yes.
So there was a spec sample with Milwaukee tools on a bucket hat. And I was super tempted, but I'm like, I got practical again. I'm like, I'm not going to wear a bucket hat. So I left
Why
it in
would
the
you
bin.
not wear a bucket hat? That's like not wearing a pin from the University of North Dakota president.
I suppose. But yeah, I didn't take that one.
All right. Well, you are a Milwaukee person, though.
I am a fan of the Milwaukee.
I would look up that
Team
and
Red.
find out. All right, so let's talk lapel pins and just like the idea of the president. So, would you say the same answer if somebody offered you a presidential seal of fill in the blank, president of the United States, president of the World Bank, president of
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah.
Mark did curling. Do they have like
Yes, the
presidential
president
curling?
of the International Curling Federation has a pin, and it's offered to you. What would that pin be? Like, what president would you take their pin? And even if they didn't give it to you, it was like, this is their pin. Phil.
Chuck Norris.
Texas Rangers.
So that's not even a presidential pin. Like, it's just like, well, he probably is the president.
I
of
think
something.
first we need to ask if we are enamored with people who are presidents of things.
Oh, okay. Chrissy, are we enamored with people who are presidents
Well,
of
I
things?
don't know. Are people like?
are
is it
you?
like the president, or is I don't know.
Mark, are you into presidents?
Yep.
Okay,
I
Mark.
know. I have my answers.
I
I'm
like
just
it when
waiting
they're
for my
on my
part.
dollar bills.
Yeah, let Mark go first. He's
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah, Mark. Presidential pin of blank.
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
If it was actually the actual president, I would have accepted one from John F. Kennedy Jr.
But
Okay.
now again, he
Or
has
John
the
F. JFK.
he has the same presidential pin as Donald Trump and the same one as Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
but I
but
would
it would
George
depend on who you got it from.
Yeah.
But what if it's just like you? I'm saying it's like a similar situation of it shows up in our pin packet and it's like the presidential pin. Would you still think that'd be cool?
Do you want to hear my second choice?
Yes, please.
I would accept the
still
pin from the president of Probitas Promotion, Matt Fisher.
Kiss
The
butt.
president.
Aren't you?
Aren't you the president?
No, I'm
But
not the
back to
Do we
president.
have a
Phil's thing.
president?
I don't think we have a
Oh.
president.
Oh.
Do you want to be the president,
No,
Chrissy?
no, I don't want to be the president, but I just want to announce that I'm officially the vice president of PTO.
Oh yes.
Do you have a pin?
East
I
Grand-
don't
Why
have
don't
a
you just stick a pin in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
can,
I am
we can get you some
presidential.
pins.
Yes, you,
You
are.
mean you are qualified to be vice president? I thought all you do should be doing is shopping and buying shoes and looking for clothes. But you know what? Back to Phil's thing about curling. That was a big thing with
Yeah.
the curling thing. You used to collect, because I do have pins from different curling clubs. You would, if you go to a bonspiel, you would exchange pins.
Do they call that flair? Is that what
No.
it's called?
Well, in office
But you-
space, it's called flair.
Okay.
For sure.
But that's the thing. That was like a kind of common thing, like especially if you traveled outside, but you take a pin from like your home club, and it was kind of a like, oh, here.
So pins live on in different venues.
Yeah. So Mark's gonna say presidential pin, like president of the United States. That's a pin he's taken.
But it has to be from the person. I think that's what we're learning
yeah.
here is that it has the weight
Yeah.
when it's from the individual. If you just get it as a side, it's like a spec sample.
Yeah. Like he said, he would love to have a presidential pin from JFK, but maybe not.
But what if it wasn't like given to you from JFK, but it was the time period of JFK and you came upon it, Mark?
Oh yeah, I'd probably buy it on eBay.
Oh, see, he's into it.
All right.
So
But collectibles.
yeah,
Yeah.
pins, collectibles. How about you? How about you, Phil? Do you have a presidential pin that you would be excited to get?
No, the people that I really looked up to growing up were typically musicians. So if someone, I'll give you an example. If a musician gave me their guitar pick and I got it from that guy, now that'd make it for me. That'd be awesome.
Would you turn it into a lapel pin?
So I have a story.
Possibly.
Tie tack.
One of my favorite bands when I was in college is called Thrice, and one of my coworkers at Starbucks went to see them play. She got a guitar pick from the lead guitar player and gave it to me as a gift, and I did turn it into a necklace, drilled a hole in it, and so I made it into like something that I could wear like a pin, but it never held the same weight because I still have not met him.
I was just going to ask that question. Did it,
was-
mean as much
yeah.
coming from her who got it versus the person?
It was
himself?
super generous, like what a kind thing to do, but it didn't hold the same weight as if I would have received it directly.
Why are you looking at me?
So do you feel that same way if somebody gives you the stuffed animal from the carnival? But you
Hey, I won this for you.
win your sweetie a prize.
Wah, wah.
What about you, Matt? Do you have a pin?
Yeah, what president would you take a pin from?
The president of Probitas now, I think, would be pretty sweet.
I guess we better
And-
find one.
well, I
Now
think-
interviewing.
Yeah, I think Chrissy applied already, so
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be cool.
What?
I'll do the job.
Did you want?
I
Mark?
was the one who came up with the idea.
So, so
Chrissy-
you wanted
Chrissy
me. You wanted
foretold
me
It's
to-
that.
like a finders keepers situation.
Could we be like a co-president?
Okay.
She's already got experience as vice president, so maybe she should be president. Have you been vice president of anything, Mark?
I've
Every
been the
vice-
president of 4-H clubs.
Uh-oh.
I've
now
been the
we've
president of. I'm trying to think. What other things have I been?
Now we're throwing down.
Okay.
Anything
Chrissy,
with-
Chrissy, anything
Were you
else?
president,
that you've been
Miss
vice
America,
president of
or
or
anything
president?
like that?
Nope, never president. of
I
the board
won
for
the
that.
Presidential Academic Fitness Award, which FYI has
get the
nothing
blue
to
one
do
or-
with fitness.
Did you
No
get the
wonder
blue
you
one
don't
or
want
the
to walk
red one?
hardly.
Remember pushing the
I don't know.
eraser? Pushing
no.
the eraser on-
Academic fitness.
Oh, I thought you meant the physical
Academic
fitness one.
Academic fitness?
Yes, the Presidential Academic Fitness Award.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Nobody believes anything
She's
I
gonna
say
get the
today.
I
No, I got a certificate.
Okay, I know. I believe that you got a certificate. I just don't know who printed it. And
I am also listed in the book of who's who among high school students.
I think we all were.
Yeah, I remember getting.
I think because I think that was a case where if your mom and dad sent a donation,
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, then the yearbook would show up.
I don't know how
Yeah.
it worked.
No,
I don't
I'm
have the book.
But I
for
remember
only
that too.
$49.99, you can have the book that's got
Mom
your
wouldn't
name
buy
in
the
it.
book. Come on.
Right. You're one of the 22 in the United States that actually made the book,
No,
like
I
on
think
your
there's
merit.
more people in it than I think there's quite a few.
Oh no, there's a ton of people who
Yeah.
paid to be in it, but you're one of the ones that didn't have
Oh.
to pay. You were that good.
Ooh, does it work that way?
Yeah, you've just jumped up in my book as president of Probetus.
Well,
All right, so here's a question. So Phil brought up guitar picks, and obviously we sell a lot of different types of swag that are used for these things.
I have sold guitar
Pins, like lapel pins, I literally never see anybody wearing a lapel pin. I don't ever see it. I mean, it's a lot of academic, stuff. You see it, or maybe, if you're going to a ceremony somewhere, people are wearing these pins. We sell literally a boatload of pins. Like it's probably once a week we're putting in a pin order if you count all of our pins that we do through the year.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
Who's wearing them, and why are people still buying them?
I don't think people are wearing them though, because like the pins we do for UND, the wings, they
Yeah.
are like an award.
Okay.
Like to get a silver pair or gold pair, it's like a
Ceremony,
award. Yeah.
yeah.
So they keep them like they're probably in a shadow box.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not. But did people used to wear lapel pins?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that was an accessory, like jewelry or
I
whatever.
remember
It's like,
my grandpa, like if he'd be, going to a special church service, wedding, funeral, that sort of thing, they'd typically have some sort of corresponding lapel pin, depending on the occasion.
The Coors Light bottle and
Yeah, right.
right.
I think brooches for women are popular in like Europe.
Hobbits wear them.
So brooches.
Well, yeah, you watch like in England in like a fancy wedding, they're all wearing these giant brooches.
because the Queen did.
Because the
and
Queen
it's her
did it.
anniversary of her death.
Is it?
Oh
coming up.
wow.
I believe.
It's been a year?
I think so.
Holy
Coming up.
buckets.
What lapel pin would you wear to your own funeral, Mark?
Ooh. And what would that mean, Kristen?
Oh, I will be probably laying there with all my curling pins, my 4-H pins.
Do you have like a Boy Scout sash they can
No,
put them all on?
I was not a Boy Scout. I was a 4-H'er.
That said, though, so Mark, you have a lot of pins.
Yeah.
Okay, Chrissy, do you have pins?
Oh, I don't think so.
Because
Yeah.
I think we even got them, like, if I remember right, in school. Like sometimes, like to put like on your letter, like for basketball or like sports.
I do
thing,
remember that, and I don't. We got patches when I was in school. We didn't
But
have
yeah,
the
I think
pins.
there was pins.
Did you guys have pins, Phil?
Yeah, well, pins are still really popular in the motorcycle community. So you got your leather vest,
Yeah.
get a bunch of pins, and they even they call them pin locks. So it's like you put it on the backside and you tighten it down with an Allen wrench, so they can't fall off.
Wow,
And,
that's intense.
Interesting.
Or can't get off if you want them off. You have to get them beat out. if you're in a special type of motorcycle.
that's-
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
if you're a 1%er, like they're not coming off unless they get, punched off of you.
Did you say 1%er?
No,
I don't even know what that means.
no.
If we just got banned, for
I am
some
not.
reason
I am
because-
not in an MC. Just
Okay.
leave me alone.
I believe you.
Don't ask any
One last question before we got to go, and it has to do with pins and coins, like those challenge coins, or like a lot of military. They have those 2-inch coins that they'll pass around, kind of like a pin. Those are old timey things, right? I mean, that's stuff that's probably going away eventually. What's the new stuff that the kids are collecting and passing around to each other? Because I think the idea of the social aspect of having something that's got a logo or a brand that you're giving to somebody and then receiving something from them, what are the kids giving and receiving nowadays?
Well, I mean, my house, it's Pokemon cards.
Okay, so cards are definitely something from the past too. You think baseball, football, basketball, those sorts of cards. So you're seeing Pokemon cards as possibly
Yeah, and the
something.
kids asked me if they had Pokemon cards when I was a kid, and I don't remember.
The answer is yes, they did.
They did?
Yeah,
And they also had pins.
they've
What?
been around for a while.
What?
Remember Pogs?
I do
Remember Pogs?
Pogs. Yeah, those were like circles, right?
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
a coin.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh my God,
I
you guys
think-
are way too young.
But I do think that buttons are coming back, and I think they're kind of like stickers you put on your water bottle. like buttons on the backpack.
So you're talking like a stick pin button sort of
Yeah.
thing, which is kind of like,
Like
a
the
lapel
fun
pin,
button.
but a little more. Okay. Anything else that you're seeing out there the kids are doing? Mark?
Stamps. No, I collected stamps.
So he's got pins, he's got stamps. Do
I
you have
thought-
coins?
You know, I don't think I have many coins.
I have a
well, we
penny
saved a few of
collection.
them when the different state quarters came out.
Okay.
But, you know, that's about it.
My
But yeah.
dad started a penny collection when he was a kid, and then he gave it to me, and I continued it, and now my kids are doing it.
How many pennies do you have right
Books
now?
of them. We have like
Oh, so it's not just like a big jar of pennies.
no. You take the penny that's from that year and you put it in the book, and so
Gotcha.
then you have a penny from every year from every mint.
Do you have that?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of them?
Well, we don't have all of them, but we have a lot of them.
Well, that's
I think my
cool.
oldest one is from 1901.
Let me know what you
Jeez.
need because I kind of want to help you finish
Hey,
that.
Really?
1901.
I don't know. I got pennies.
1901 was when Indian Motorcycle was established. If you want to throw in
Well,
some
there's some trivia.
motorcycle trivia for you.
I love it.
And what year was Harley Davidson founded, Matt?
I don't know. 1843.
No, 2 years later, 1903.
Did they have horses?
Yes, horses have been around that whole time.
Was there like Harley
So
Davidson
during
horses?
and after, horses were still there.
Were there Kawasaki horses?
There were no. In Japan they didn't have horses. Sorry.
Moo cycles.
All right. Well, on that note, I will bid you all adieu and say I appreciate everybody checking in with us. If you want to find out anything else about Probetus, you can find us at probetuspromo.com. Until next time.